It's like one of those, like, if you build it, they will come.
Yes.
Well, if you build it and they don't come, you better keep building. It's my mom.
Y'all, I don't even know what to say, okay? I have an icon in the house. He started designing under his own label in 1991 with a small collection of sportswear of what he referred to as twisted American classics. His line has been carried by such prestigious retailers as Bergdorf Goodman, Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, and Bloomingdale's. His notoriety also led to his designing a limited edition of designer Barbie dolls for Mattel and styling icons such as Angela Bassett and Miss Michelle Obama. Here to talk about his next chapter is the legend himself, Byron Lars. Welcome to Come Back with Erica Cobb. You've designed 16 African-American Barbies for Mattel, and you were the first to add the dark skin and hair that was actually our texture with beautiful clothing. So was that feat met with a lot of support? Was it met with adversity, or was there a little bit of both?
I think there's a little bit of both. Clearly, the only reason like they reached out to Black designer was to do a Black Barbie because they saw there was a market there that they had kind of missed. And I thought, great. I mean, I'm all the way down to do that and, make it happen. This is many years ago in the 90s. So there's a lot of outmoded ideas of like what Barbie was about. And so I guess I was a part of that evolving of her and what she could be in terms of the realm of collectibles. And so the first few dolls were a struggle. I can't say that I super loved the first doll. I liked her. But in any case, I guess, our people sometimes like, we're just so thirsty to see ourselves. Yeah. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's Black Barbie. So she sold like flash paper. And then they were like, hey, you want to do another one? I'm like, okay. It wasn't like, okay, great. It was like, okay, well, that wasn't too fun. But I mean, all right. And then the next one was not dissimilar to the first experience. The third, not dissimilar to the first and second. But then some people started to retire, like, from the old guard, because the design talent was always there. Mm-hmm. And like, I get to talk to the design crew. They were like, yes, we're all about it. Yes. And then, it gets into the meeting and then it's... Yeah. But that fourth doll, we got a whole lot of freedom. That's when we chopped her hair off, and it was bleach blonde, and she was dark, and it was just really great. And then like after that sold really well. And management came in. They're like, look, if the sales are there, y'all do your thing, and that's how it should be. I mean, that's why you have creatives at the helm. I mean, make it happen. Numbers got to make sense. But you guys dream on as long as the numbers are ticking. Who cares? And so that was when we were able to get into that African series. And that's when it was like, pants at last.
I wanted to ask you something. This wasn't even a part of the interview, but now I'm just going to ask. The egalitarian nude. Now, this is... I watched a video of you describing the egalitarian nude. And this was so important to me because... when we see as women of color a nude, a lot of times we don't see our nude represented. And in your pieces, it is very interesting because it is an illusion. You look at the piece, and I said this, I remember saying this the first time with the vegan leather. I was like, I don't know, because that's not even going to look, it's not going to look right on my skin. My skin's too dark for that nude. And again, Tim was like, will you please just put this dress on? I was having a really hard day that day, Byron. I just came in looking for problems. But will you describe the egalitarian nude? Because this really is a tone that works on a variety of skin tones.
Yeah, as a Black person, it always really hurt my feelings when I see, a black woman in a dress that's supposed to have a nude lining, and it's like what one former friend described as like prosthetic beige. It's not really anyone's color, not even a white person. I mean, it really doesn't look like any skin, but of course it's made to mimic white skin, and it doesn't even really work on white skin. And so this was like a problem that I knew we needed to solve, and worked on it for years, honestly, to get it right. And what it came down to, this egalitarian nude really doesn't look like anybody's skin, and yet it mimics skin, oddly. And it's this rosy hued nude tone that's an underlayer, and there's an overlayer of taupe net that kind of like greens it out. And it also refracts light in a way that it's not so shiny under there. And it just really works on every skin tone. And when we started selling in Asia, and you know, Asian culture, particularly women, it's about being white, as white as you can. White is right. And, you know, they were having problems with this nude in there. I'm like, you know, trust me, just put it on, put the garment on, and don't focus your eyes like a laser at that nude, and look at your whole self in there. And it's really, it works on everybody. And, you know, it was one of those things that's just like, I guess you'd have to probably be black and be offended by that whole dynamic to even work that hard on solving the problem, because other people probably don't see it as a problem. Right.
Byron, share with us where we can follow you and your brand and all the things.
Well, you can follow us. Our website is www.inearnestofficial. And the Instagram is inearnestofficial, @inearnestofficial. Twitter @inearnestofficial.
Perfect. Byron Lars, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us. And Comeback community, first of all, if you didn't know who Byron Lars was before, I hope you were listening carefully, and you got to get up on this game, okay? I won't even be mad at you if you steal my size. Well, maybe a little bit. But for more on Byron Lars, check out the full podcast on my online home, comeback.tv, where all of his information will be right there. Byron, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Erica. And you keep doing your thing, girl. You are so good.